Hey, hi Rudhra, welcome.
Good evening. How are you?
Very good evening. Kwik Rudhra is with us on the Kwik show, I believe. So
Yeah,
welcome to you, Rudhra. Happy
thank you.
evening. So happy evening to the listeners also. So DC Live is full energetic because of the last 4:30 to 5 p.m. show. We had a wonderful show. So without
Great.
losing that interest and energy, I'm going to continue the show with Rudhra. Happy to welcome Rudhra on DC Live.
Hey, thank you so much, Srileka. It's always a pleasure to be here,
Yeah.
and I always have, enjoyed hosting shows here, doing the RJing bit, and then, talking to people and talking to listeners. Hey, people, hi. Hope you're all doing great. I know the weather's great. It's been a nice Thursday evening. Thursdays are a great day because it just is before Friday, and hence Thursdays are great, right? Always. Hi, people. I'm your RJ Rudhra for this evening's show on DC Live. Stay tuned to DC Live. We care, we share, and we are on air. All right. How's it been with you, Srileka?
Great, Rudhra.
Great. And here am I with another episode of this show called Kwik Brain, the Minimalist, which is for targeting the listeners to develop learning habits. That's what we do here. And this started on 8th of May at 5:30 p.m. and we have had quite a few episodes here and some wonderful audiences and questions and comments. As usual, people, you have the chat box on the DC Live website or the messenger here on the Google Meet for you to put in your comments, questions, and anything that you want to ask. And I'll be more than happy to take those questions. Okay, what are we going to go ahead and learn about today? While on this show, we're going to talk about micro-learning. That's what today's poster also says. And we're going to talk about how do we learn something with minimal time and effort that we have. And this show is going to be every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Please tune in to this show and listen in. Now, here's what I'm going to talk about today. What did we talk about last week? We spoke about how do you retain knowledge? Is that what we spoke about? And we spoke about 5 different techniques, including one of them being the recall, active recall. And then we also spoke about something on the lines of you periodically revising it. And then there was also this Kaizen technique, the 2 minutes of doing recall and periodic review, and then also repeating it. Spaced repetition is what we were talking about, and all of these. Today on this show, we're going to talk about a few new learning techniques. And in fact, it was a coincidence, Srileka, that you put micro-learning in big words, and I'm going to be talking about micro-learning today. Right? Okay. So that's probably, you probably read what are we going to go ahead and talk about on this show. We're going to talk about, self-learning is what we're talking about today. Under that, we're going to be talking about micro-learning. All of us talk about this, where I'm going to give you a real-life example of something that we always want to learn. We want to learn, say project management, right? So project management is what people talk about. That are you familiar with this concept? How do you understand this? And a lot of it is what we talk about. So today we're going to pick this example of project management and then talk about what are the latest areas that help you learn better. Now, that's what we're going to do today on this session. Let's get on to the show right now. What is micro-learning? We're going to talk about what is micro-learning. Micro-learning is a technique of breaking down any topic into focused, shorter modules, which are going to be only 10 or 15 minutes each. And these are not long sessions. You don't want to sit and learn for 2 hours or 1 hour. Make learning shorter. Learn only one topic a day. That's what we are going to be doing in micro-learning. So I repeat, as the name suggests, it's micro-learning. What is bite-sized learning? All of us talk about bite-sized learning, right? So we all talk about bite-sized learning. What is bite-sized learning? Bite-sized learning means you cannot take a bigger bite of something. You can only take how much ever you can take. That's what a bite means. B-I-T means a bite. Now, however, how much ever you want to learn, but you'll be able to take only one bite at a time. That's exactly what bite-sized learning means. So simply, quickly paraphrasing it, breaking down complex topics into small, easily digestible modules. This caters to shorter attention spans because you really cannot sit for long and then concentrate. It's for a shorter span and allows you to focus on specific skill or a knowledge area. For example, you don't have to sit for a 1 hour lecture on project management. You might have a 5 to 10 minute module focusing on initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and closing projects. So you learn one at a day, right? One topic per day. Initiating will be learned on this 15-minute session. You'll learn planning on tomorrow's session. You'll learn executing on the day after. The following day is going to be monitoring and closing projects on the last day. This is how you will learn project management in smaller bites. Clear? Great. Now, once we have learned that, you will also learn to go ahead and learning in context. What is it about learning in context? Applying new knowledge to practical real-world situations to enhance understanding and retention. If you've learned something new, after you've learned something new, you always wonder, how do I apply this? What is the Pythagoras theorem used for? Right? What is a square plus b square, a plus b the whole square used for? Have you ever wondered all of these, Srilekha? What are these used for? Why am I learning all of these? Were you a chemistry student? Have you learned chemistry in college? Srilekha, are you around?
No, Rudhra. I completed it. After 10th, I didn't go that side at all.
You didn't go that side. There was this beautiful subject called organic chemistry. Have you ever
I heard about it. Yes.
You learned about it?
About it.
You are right. So the organic chemistry is about long formulas. Right, long formulas. C12, H12, O24. You're like,
I know only O2, Rudhra. Sorry.
Got it. Right. So I understand. So that is what it is. It's all lengthy formulas, long. Why did you learn that? Why did you memorize that?
Yeah.
Right. Why did you memorize? Why did you use a log table? Have you ever applied something from a log table today in your life?
Only during exams.
Periodic table, all the elements, right? Nickel is Ni, right? Silver. Why did I learn all of that? Now, here's what it is, right? It's not about learning. It's not about knowledge. How well do you use your knowledge is very, very important. And that is why this concept of, going ahead and applying them, which is called learning in context, which is applying new knowledge to practical real-world situations to enhance understanding and retention. This could involve working on personal projects. You pick a project for yourself. You utilize the learned skills or finding opportunities to apply the knowledge in daily life. That's exactly what you do. That's called learning in context. Now, the next one we're going to quickly talk about is collaborative learning, which is peer interaction. Collaborative learning is about connecting with other learners for discussions, knowledge sharing, and peer support. This can happen through online forums, study groups, or even informal networks. You just have a neighbor who's just learning something new or who's experienced in it. Just go ahead and talk to them about it. Or you probably have a friend whom you can explain this concept. That can solidify your own understanding of things. So that's what it means. Now, the last one is utilizing technology and online resources. In today's digital world, there's a whole lot of digital library that's available. Some are absolutely free of cost. YouTube is absolutely free of cost. Not that I'm promoting YouTube, but then someone who really wants to visualize, a visual learner who can listen to something can just quickly go ahead and look at videos. Use those tools which are free. There are many other learning platforms that gives you a free tool, to learn. Make use of it. Just the basics, just an introductory one. There's LinkedIn Learning, there's YouTube, there's Coursera, there's EdTech. There's so many of them that helps you learn. So quickly summarizing the 4 concepts that we spoke about. One of them is micro learning, which is about breaking down complex topics into small. And then the another one is called learning in context, meaning applying new knowledge to practical real world situations. That's the learning in context. The third one is collaborative learning. Have a group that helps you discuss things, or get onto discussion forums online, or have people who can with whom you can discuss something. That's very, very important that you do. Third one is using online technologies and online resources, which is available for you to go ahead and reinforce your learning. These are the things. Now, do you have any questions? I'm going to pause here for about another moment and see if people have any questions on chat box or on anything that probably is a source for you to communicate. WhatsApp or the in-meeting chat box, or the chat box on DCLIVE. Over to you, Srilekha. Are there any questions before we get ahead?
No, Rudhra, no question, and haven't received any comments also. Yeah.
Understood. No worries. I'm going to apply this 4-step or the 4 concepts into learning something. As I said, I'm going to be giving you a working plan for self-learning, to learn project management. Let's say that we want to learn project management. We want to incorporate micro learning, learning in context, collaborative learning, and utilizing technology on online resources for that. How are you going to do that? You're going to do it this way. You're going to fix your goal. What's your goal? You already have a fixed goal for this. And the fixed goal is to gain a foundational understanding of project management principles and develop practical skills applicable to real world scenarios. That's your goal. I repeat your goal. You want to gain a foundational understanding of project management principles and develop practical skills applicable to real world scenarios. Now, you can fix a timeline as well for this. Maybe a month, 4 weeks is a good enough to get an introduction of it. You're going to fix a 15-minute window for yourself. And what are you going to do is, as a first step, you're going to micro learn, which is bite-sized learning. You're going to break down project management topics into focused shorter modules, which is 10 to 15 minutes each. You get onto any platform or any document or a LinkedIn Learning for their short video lectures and specific project management topics, defining project scope, creating a Gantt chart, risk assessment or risk management basics, a flow of project management, terminologies used in project management. That's what you're going to list. Now, once you do that, you go ahead and probably subscribe to a relevant YouTube channel that offer concise explanation of project management concepts. Use probably any of the tools that you have to learn key project management terminology and processes. Now, what is the action that you need? Here is to dedicate 15 to 30 minutes daily to go through 1 or 2 micro learning modules on a specific project management aspect. You do that. Once you do that, you are going to be reading that or viewing it or listening to it. You're going to be ensuring that you're learning a topic. Once you learn the topic, the second step is to learn in context, which means practical application. What is the technique that you'll use here is you're going to immediately apply learned concepts to personal projects. When I mean a personal projects, a task that you're doing right now is personal projects. Or you pick and analyze a real world project example, like, what, in your life at work or in amongst your community, which is your friends or families, you just pick. Like you want to travel somewhere, you want to make a weekend plan, go ahead and apply the project management principles to it. That's what I mean by that. Now, let's use a personal project here. The technology and resources is use a personal project. Example, planning a small event, organizing a personal move, developing a hobby-related initiative as a live case study for you. Now, find case studies of successful and unsuccessful projects online. Whatever you want to do, you want to do something, and even for this weekend, fix that as a project. Go ahead and research on that. Okay, what made it successful? What made it unsuccessful? You want to go ahead and organize a personal learning program for you. Understand what is the successful steps, what are the unsuccessful steps. That's what you'll be doing. Now, use project management tools which are available in free, you can use Trello, you can use bigger ones like Jira there, or you can use any of these tools like Miro is there, which gives you essentially plotting flowcharts and everything, or you can just use a WordPad or a PowerPoint presentation, just with the workflows and charts that you have. Start there. After you map your processes, after each micro learning session, think about how the concept applies to your personal project, or analyze a relevant case study. Document your application and observations. That's what your practice is. All right. We have learned two concepts. One of them is micro learning, which is learning. Second one is practical application, which is learning in context. All right, people. So we're going to quickly go ahead and move to something called collaborative learning. Now you get stuck, or you want to retain your knowledge, you want to learn more, you connect with other individuals who are also learning about project management, or those who have experience in this field. Make them your mentor. Now, I don't want, in a funny way, yes, you want to make them your Dronacharyas and you want to become Ekalavyas there, right? And use them to talk about it, discuss with them what are the milestones, what are the project milestones. Go ahead and explore it in any online form, portal like LinkedIn, Reddit. It's a job portal, but then Indeed is a very good portal which gives you a lot of information and insights on all of these things. These are the three platforms I would say. Seek out steady partners or mentors through your network, and then participate in online discussions and ask questions. Now, aim to engage in at least one collaborative learning activity per week. I'm talking about per week of 20 minutes. I'm not talking more. That's what the show is all about. Kwik Brain, the Minimalist. How quickly can you learn something with the minimal things that you have? Such as asking question in a forum, discussing the concept with a steady partner, or seeking advice from a mentor. That's what you will do. Now, the last step is utilizing technologies, as I already spoke about it in length earlier. You can get onto LinkedIn Learning or YouTube or any of them and just learn about introductory course, which shows the practice, and this is what it will help you. And once that is done, just enroll yourself in some structured online course or project management. Explore interactive simulations or exercises. Make your notes with that. Dedicate time each week to explore new online resources and tools that can aid your learning. This is what is about utilizing technologies. And these 4 steps, when you cover, how do you cover this? Have a schedule for yourself. Monday to Friday or Saturday, 15 to 20 minutes of micro learning. Apply the concept to your personal project or analyze a case study. Weekend, engage in a collaborative learning, forum discussions, explore new online resources, tools, review your notes from the week. That way you've made a weekly progress. Now you can go ahead and reflect on yourself, right? What have I learned? And how did this work the first time I applied this? How did I improve this week when I have a better understanding of this? So you can see the progress yourself when you reflect, right? Introspect. Track the progress of your personal project using a project management technique. Consider taking quizzes or assessments offered within online courses. Go ahead and do that. This will help you learn, right? So you've made a progress. I've paved way for you to learn project management, because why do we have to learn project management? Everything that we do at work is called a project. What's a project? Let's quickly go ahead and define, what is a project, right? So a definition of project, right? So that's what you would want to learn. You quickly want to learn that. An individual or it is a project is something that is something undertaken by an individual or a company or an organization, and it is a sequence of tasks, right? Must be completed to attain a certain outcome. That's what is what project a definition of a project as per Project Management Institute. All right, the term refers to any temporary endeavor with a definite beginning and a definite end. You should have a project beginning and a project end, and a sequence of tasks that are executed. That is called a project. Now, people can complicate this. As I always say, life is very simple. Humans are born to complicate it. And this is what it is, so simple to learn all of these things. Just go ahead and, there's enough resources available. Nobody's stopping you from learning. It's you who is stopping you from learning. There'll be a lot of people to confuse you as well, right? Project management is difficult. It is very hard. It's very, very, very tough to do it. You need a lot of dedication. No, if you do 15 minutes every day, you'll be able to learn this. All right, I'm going to quickly stop here for any questions, anything that someone has to ask, a comment that someone has to pass, and we will pick it up from there. Over to you, Srilekha, for looking up for any questions.
No, Rudhra, no questions, sorry.
Great, no worries. All right. So I guess that's all I have.
I'm sure the TNP Center is listening, so that's the reason Indrani is hearing.
Okay, great.
Okay. Any comments from TNP, Indrani? Anything would you like to share? The listeners are there. Okay, Rudhra, we'll continue. If anything there, she'll definitely unmute. Yeah.
Great. Now, what's your, after listening to this for 15, 20 minutes, Srilekha, I just want to hear your words. Do you have anything to add, anything to say, any questions from your end?
Not a question. The one thing I should say, it should come in practice, right? So every day it should we should take it as a challenge. And if we do it, I think definitely we can improve it.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's why I call this program or the show itself as a Kwik Brain, the Minimalist.
We scroll every day, YouTube, Instagram, or whatever it is. But how far we are spending our time, how to say that? Very usefully, right?
I know. You stepped back because you really didn't want to sound too, like a piece of advice or like a senior member, like your teacher who did this to you, right?
Yes.
I know.
Definitely we should have that time also to just as icebreaker. We can't do without that because it has become a part of life. But in between that, even these things are also becoming. The same content how we are talking, right? Even like these contents are also available in Instagram or YouTube, whatever we scroll. There is also which is shorts and everything available. If we make it interesting, we can go with the elaborated content with the same shorts link.
Exactly right. So that's a whole idea that I had come up with this show, and then I thought, why do I have to talk about project management? Because we spoke about a lot about intelligence in the first class, and then we spoke about grow model in the second one, and we also spoke about how to retain knowledge. Now these three things have been spoken about in the last three episodes. So what does it mean? It's time for application. And then I thought we will have to learn about something, and that what is that common one thing that everybody has to learn. Everybody says, what project are you associated with? What process are you with? Process, project, it's the same thing, right? So I thought it'll be a good thing that we talk about it here so that we give some food for thought for people so that they can just go ahead and engage and apply their areas that they've learned about into project management. That's all. That was the idea.
Great thoughts behind this, Rudhra. So
great.
If people start listening to it on the replay, now they might be in the office, or we are also rescheduling replaying the show at 9:30 also. So if after going back to home, if they get, they should listen to it. And if they listen, definitely they'll be finding it interesting. They'll come on live and they'll definitely ask some questions and they'll comment us, I believe.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great to hear that, Srilekha. That's all I had for this evening, people. And it is always a great pleasure to be on DCLIVE. And we just, completed a brand new episode of Detach Kwik Brain, the Minimalist. And this is going to be aired every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. And this show, as I always say, is for our listeners to optimize their learning techniques in this fast-paced world. I'll be sharing, bite-sized episodes like the one we did, and also for rapid learning and mental health tips, and then a lot of it drawn from the learning and development neurosciences, areas in today's world. This show targets developing learning habits. All right, so that's what it does. We will be having many more such topics that help you learn on the show. Kwik Brain, the Minimalist. We will have this aired every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Do not miss tuning in. Until I meet you again, this is RJ Rudhra signing off from the show Kwik Brain, the Minimalist on DC Live. Okay. Stay tuned to DC Live. Yes, please.
I would like to add on tomorrow's show also, Rudhra. So
all right.
Great. 5:30, a new show. We are launching it tomorrow, end of the month. And it's going to be very good. So I want to hear from in your words.
Sure.
Cornerstone, okay. Right?
Yes. So we're going to go ahead and do the show tomorrow, which is called, we're going to go ahead and have a brand new show called Cornerstone Weaving Workplace. And this show will be aired on DC Live on Fridays at 5:30 p.m. That's the show that we're going to go ahead and start tomorrow. And what are we going to go ahead and do on the show is something that I quickly want to, talk about. Now, if you have observed, what does this, the show name itself mean? We are talking about what? We are talking about cornerstone, and we are talking about weaving workplace. Now, what would it mean when someone says it's a cornerstone? A cornerstone is a critical, when you construct something, when you build something, build is the right word, right? So when you build a home or you build a wall or something like that, the stone which is at the corner holds both sides of the wall. If it's two walls, the cornerstone is the one which connects two both sides of the wall, right? Like an L. So it makes the building structure. That's exactly the reason why the first part of this show's name is called Cornerstone. This is of foundational importance, suggesting that this will cover essential elements for your workplace success. It implies stability and something crucial to build on. Now, the next half of the name is called Weaving Workplace. This creates a visual of connecting people and ideas, which aligns with the essence of personality development, your own your own associations with your own association with the workplace, and it is for you to go ahead and navigate and communicate through the workplace. Weaving the workplace. What does weaving mean? Weaving is stitching things up together. Naval in Tamil, right? So that's what is weaving. So that is the reason why we have gone ahead and named the show called Cornerstone Weaving Workplace. Does that make sense now to you? Why the name was there?
Yes, Rudhra.
Right. That is what we're going to talk about. It's going to talk about a lot. It's going to talk about all the essential skills, including soft skills, including personality development traits, including that is a developmental skill. It is also going to be talking about something that are going to be innate within yourself. So how do you elicit that? These are the areas that we're going to talk about. We're going to be talking about meaningful, unique, intriguing, and also influential topics in this particular show. And that's going to be aired every Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Do not miss tuning in. Thanks for reminding me that, Srileka.
Thanks, Rudhra. As we are eagerly waiting for that show also. So already our weekdays are filled with retouch. We have left only 2 more days, Tuesday and Wednesday, even very shortly. That day also will be filled by detach, I'm very sure.
Is that a requirement, or is like, oh, you're not going to leave the other 2 days as well?
No. It's a requirement. So definitely, as people are tuning into DC Live, it just defaultly will also get you. Oh yeah, it's 5:30. It's for the detach time. I have to log in DC Live. That day is very soon will come to DC Live. I'm eagerly waiting as a DC Live lead. So people will find it. That 30 minutes with a cup of tea or the samosa, whatever available on the desk, they will listen to us. I'm very sure about it.
Definitely. We'll do that. All right. Great. Then thank you. Thanks everyone. Until I meet you again, this is RJ Rudhra signing off from the show. Stay tuned to DC Live. We care, we share, and we are on air. Thanks,
Rudhra. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.